Welcome to The Big Picture. I'm Phil Arno. And this big picture, we're going to be able to talk about something that is unique in Western New York. An opportunity where the entire community comes together for a cause that is beyond comparison. The Variety Club Telethon, which is going to be on March 8th and 9th this year, is a huge event in Western New York. It's the one event where the entire community comes together, businesses, individuals, everybody gets involved because it's the one place where you can donate your money and you know it's going to be local. It's going to stay here and it's going to help the most deserving of Western New Yorkers. We're going to talk about that today. The guest on today's show is Roseanne Heilman, who's the chair of this year's Variety Club Telethon. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
This is the 63rd Variety Club Telethon. It started in, what, 1962, I believe. Mm-hmm. This is the longest running telethon in North America.
Yes, the people of Western New York need to be very proud of that because they are the reasons why it is.
It's a real testament to the generosity of the people, the community, all of the businesses. If you're a business and you're any kind of a business in Western New York that counts, you take part in this telethon. This is your chance to give back to the community.
Everybody's been touched by Children's Hospital in some way, either personally or a friend, and everybody feels a connection to wanting to give to that, plus all the other charities.
If you grew up in Western New York, you're very familiar with Variety Club Telethons. It started with 1962, I think, on Channel 2, and then went over to Channel 7. And it hasn't missed a beat since then. Now, on the 8th of March, from 6 to, I believe, 11 p.m., it's going to be on Channel 2. And the next day, on Sunday, the 9th, it's going to be right here on WBBZ-TV from 10 a.m. until 8 p.m. This is a tremendous opportunity.
Yes.
It's fun on top of everything else.
It's a lot of fun, yes. I grew up in telethon since the time I was little. My mom joined the Women's Organization of Variety in 1970, and I've been along for the ride ever since. So fundraising, I remember going to Eastern Hills Mall selling telepops, which were long candy lollipops on sticks, and walking around asking for donations for those, and candy bars, and going to bowling alleys, and I kind of worked my way up doing fundraising and chairing different committees and that kind of thing. So it's been a lot of fun.
Well,
I wouldn't know what to do with that.
There's a lot of organizations that ask for your donations, but this is really the only, the one special opportunity in Western New York to take care of our own.
Yes.
And the most deserving, because it's the children. And there's so many groups. It's not just Children's Hospital. There's so many groups that are helped in this effort. You know, you have some of the, the Jewish Community Center of Buffalo. The Variety Club has hockey programs and camping programs. They help children with mobility and rehabilitation. Big Brothers and Sisters, Kids Escaping Drugs, the Boys and Girls Clubs of America. I mean, there's a lot of organizations. All for our children, the future of Western New York.
Yes.
And it really, it touches your heart. If you're a Western New Yorker, you're used to helping out when people are in need. And I don't think there's any community. I grew up here in Western New York, and whenever something happens and people need to get together to help others, there's no community that compares. I mean, I spent 20 years out in Los Angeles. There's no sense of community out there because everybody's from somewhere else.
It's a special place to be. It really is. People know how special it is to be here.
It's, Western New York is more than just cement and buildings, and it's a community. It's people that make this community what it is. And look at the Bills and the Sabres, the spirit that Western New Yorkers have. When they come together for Variety Club, it's always a success.
Yes.
In today's economy, it's a challenge, but there's some very deserving children out there that really need our help.
It even, the telethon itself even made its way through COVID times and they still had the telethon, and it was, it says a lot about the people in Western New York.
We have a little girl who is the child on the face of the telethon. Tell me a little bit about it.
I call her the enchanting, extraordinary Evelyn. She is adorable. She's 3 years old. She was born in 2021, and about 7 months after her birth, she was diagnosed with a neuroblastoma, which is a childhood cancer, and it affected her spine. The tumor was inside of her spine, like a dumbbell shape, and she ended up going into the hospital for a month and having 8 rounds of chemo, and the chemo did eradicate the tumor, and she did not have to have surgery, thank God. And so she's on her way now she's very busy. She's going to a lot of therapies provided by the hospital, and she goes to the Motion Project, which is helping people with spinal cord injuries. And she also goes to preschool 3 days a week. She's thriving, and she's just beautiful. I just love her.
And at this stage, she's just learning how to do what comes naturally to other people.
Yes.
And that's where the help comes in. It's really quite the astonishing process.
She's just become a big sister, too, so she's very excited about being a big sister. Her mom just had the baby.
Now, tell me a little bit about the telethon itself. Do you have any talents that are lined up and will be available?
Yes, we have Buffalo's, he's coming back. Buffalo's Frankie Shinta is coming back. We're very excited that he's back with us. And from West Seneca, Sydney Sterlace, who was on The Voice, she placed 3rd, I think, on The Voice. They are going to be singing together, I understand, in the beginning of the show, opening the show, and they're going to be doing a lot of entertaining for us. And Daryl Talley's coming back. People are coming back. They want to be here for this. Let me know when the telethon is. They want to be here for that. And of course, the New Direction band from the Polka band is going to be here too. And I don't want to give out too many other little surprises, but they're working on some other talents.
Very, very good. The telethon, they get donations from literally everybody. The businesses in Western New York are a big part of this.
Yes.
And individuals, you help with the phone banks during the actual telethon.
Yes.
Tell me what some of the people are all about when they call and want to make a donation.
The phone bank that you see on TV is actually people that are calling in and making check donations. And there's a space on the pledge form itself that if they have some special intentions, a lot of them are grandparents donating because they had a grandchild in children's. Sometimes they're donating in memory of someone that they know that has passed or that has gone through there, or just because they're challenging. Sometimes a barbershop will call up and challenge all other barbershops, or somebody else will challenge another organization in that. So they all have sometimes a reason to call and make a pledge.
So if you're a romantic out there and you want to propose to your girlfriend,
Yes.
you can donate and say, this is in lieu of the proposal for my girlfriend so-and-so.
Instead of buying a ring, I'm gonna...
It's a good way to announce on TV your intentions.
Yes.
And really no
Or an
donation. Yeah, exactly. So, we should make that a whole category. Love letters to your girlfriend, donate to the telethon. I like that. And no donation is too small.
Oh,
I
no.
mean, everybody does what they can.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
It's truly a community effort. Back in the day, in the 1960s and early 70s, we had some pretty good talent come to town.
Yes, you did. My mom used to, when she was working on the telethon and I was too young to go, she had an autograph book, and I had some really incredible memories from that. Yeah.
Back then, telethons were more common, Today, as I said before, this is the longest running telethon in all of America, North America, probably the world, really. I mean, this is
Yes.
really a special event. And again, that's a testament to Western New York. You know, telethons have kind of died out a little bit because there's so much competition for your dollar, for
Yes.
your donation. Here in Western New York, people realize how special this is and how it touches the community.
One of the things that we were doing that kind of came back again this year are selling candy bars at some of the local bowling alleys. The Bowling Association has allowed us to go into some of them, and I'll get all the candy bars on the carts, and they're very generous, and I'll push the cart around and they'll say, oh, what's it for? And when I tell them what it's for, right away they're buying a lot of chocolates and wanting to support in some way.
This is a very, very interesting and special occasion, and we only have a minute left in this segment. I'd like to just tell everybody that this is something you can think about and plan when the time comes. It's your chance. It's your chance to help, again, the most needy, the most deserving of all of Western New Yorkers, and that's the children, the innocent ones that really need a hand. And as a sense of community in Western New York, that's what it's all about, really. That's why the community comes together so well.
I just want to thank you and your entire crew here for allowing us to be, to film us and to let us be part of your group. And Channel 2, all the people at Channel 2 also, and even Channel 7 is giving us that satellite truck again. So it's the community, it's the total community of working together, not in competition, but just working together.
Yeah, when TV stations come together like that, it's rare. Yeah, it's rare. But this is something that, it's just incomparable. And everybody knows that in the community, in the Western New York television community. Everybody chips in, and that makes it special. That makes it very, very special. Okay, we're going to wrap up this segment. When we come back, we're going to have an honorary chair, Karen Durkin from HDE Electronics and Electrical, I think it is. And we'll talk a little bit more about the telethon, and we have a special video to show you. Stay tuned. Welcome back to The Big Picture. This big picture is all about one of the most exciting and worthwhile events in Western New York that happens every year. Before I get into my guests in this segment, I want you to watch this video. You'll really be wowed by this thing. Stay tuned.
Be the change you want to see. Be the one to plant the seeds. Dedicate the time and care to grow the sprout into a tree. We're a part of one creation. We hold the power in our hands. Unite us all and bring us together as one on a journey of hope.
That was Journey of Hope, put together so wonderfully by Ariana Durkin and Jake Shanley. And my guest today just happens to be a little bit special interest in that song and who put it together. Karen Durkin from HDE Electric. And you know something about that song.
Yes, it's actually my daughter and a very fine young man who she's known since high school. And they actually did the telethon song for last year as well, and they were asked to come back and write an original again for this year's telethon. So it's been a pretty remarkable journey.
They did a great job.
Yeah, it is a journey, and it is very worthwhile to pay attention and to take part in this journey. It's a journey for all of us in Western New York. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about your role here in the telethon.
Well, I was approached by Jessica Rich, who is the developmental director, to take on this honorary chair position, which I will be completely honest, I did not feel worthy of. But I got asked again, so I'm just here to be supportive. And yes, every dollar goes a long way, and this is about the kids. This is our future. Mm-hmm.
How long have you been involved in telethons?
Well, coincidentally enough, I grew up watching the Variety Club telethon when I was a young girl. And then it kind of took a pause. And one day I got a letter in the mail from Variety asking for donations. So I made a donation about 3 years ago, and that resulted in a personal phone call, which is a very rare thing nowadays to get. Typically you might get an email or a card in the mail, which is just as nice. But Jessica called and she was very, very gracious, and that resulted in a 2.5-hour phone conversation. And it's just kind of stemmed from there. So when she approached me on this, I'm more of a behind the scenes person. So this was quite the honor, quite the surprise, but I'm just happy to be a part of it and do whatever I can.
And you're now an honorary chair.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that happened, but we're just gonna go. We're just gonna go with it. That's what God wants me to do. That's what I'm doing, I guess.
Okay. And the chairwoman, Roseanne Hellman, you've been watching since you were a little bit.
Watching and doing.
And doing, yes.
And doing, yes. I grew up in telethon, yes.
Mm-hmm. You have a promotion, something to do with some very delicious looking pops that almost got eaten before the show.
So I got them for you. Like you had been saying, we have several businesses that love to participate in some way, and these cookies are just one of the examples. Farmers and Artisans, which is a local grocery store, they sell only locally grown products. They do produce shares and vegetables shares and meat shares and that type of thing throughout the year. It's run by Julie Blackman from Blackman Farms, and they are doing promotions for the month of February. Heart-shaped cookies. The proceeds from these cookies will be going towards the telethon, and they're delicious. I wanted to try them beforehand, and they're outstanding. And it's all natural, no artificial anything in there, and the coloring and all that. So that's just one of the many things that we're doing. Anderson's is a yearly, they love to help us out, and we are thankful for that. They're doing Super Soup during January and February. It's soup weather. If you buy a cup of soup, it's 50 cents towards the telethon. A bowl of soup is $1 towards the telethon. Delta Sonic is doing a roundup when you go in their store, and they're also bringing back the coupon books. So those are our other things. We're selling coffee. Variety Club through the Craft Coffee House in Pendleton, another local store, they roast their own coffee there, and we have telethon blend coffee. So have a cookie, get some coffee, have a cookie, and those are just some examples of the things that we have. Plus our events, we have a kickoff on the 23rd of February, and that's at Clocks Grove in the area, baskets and that. Please look at the telethon website, varietybuffalo.org, and there's a plethora of information there.
So this is not just on the 8th and the 9th that you see on TV. This is a whole series of events.
It's a whole year of events. And we have cruise nights during the summer at the club on Broadway in Lancaster, and we were at a demolition derby this summer out in Chautauqua County. Yeah, it's all year.
And you have, people volunteer their time to help throughout this entire process. Do you have any idea how many people are involved in this effort?
I really don't know. Besides the variety people themselves, the whole community.
Literally, there are hundreds.
Well, we have a schools committee starting up again, and we have kids raising money for kids. They're doing lemonade stands. They're selling. We have hearts that they can sell in their school, and some of them are doing that. We have even senior centers are getting involved again, and they're selling candy bars. So there's all different ways that you can participate.
For businesses, these donations are tax exempt. I mean, or tax write-offs. You get something back, for your generosity. There's a lot of opportunities here to help out. And when you see some of the children and you realize what they go through at such a young age, and it's all they know, that basically they're living with a handicap that God forbid none of us would like to have our children experience. When it comes down to helping those young people, I can't think of a better way to help the community. Again, that's the future of Western New York.
Exactly. That's why I call her the extraordinary Evelyn, because she's been through so much, and yet every day is a new adventure for her. And
there's some kids that have been through the process that come back every year as they've grown and they've done better, and you can see how they've been helped. Some of our celebrity children are now adults and parents themselves. So it's very easy to donate. I mean, during the actual telethon itself, you can call in. Yes. And beforehand, you can go to various businesses that are taking part, and there's a list of the businesses on your website. Yes. Okay, and are businesses still signing up? Yes, and we will take them right up until the day of the telethon to get on board with us, our corporate donors, and anybody else that wants to do something, yes. And there's the credit card part of it also. There's the phone bank that's on the set that you'll see, and then we have another, the credit cards also is another way to do that. And we have premiums if you choose to donate by credit card starting at $25, and there's gifts that you can get through that. And then we have Give Effect, which is done on the internet. I know people who tune in just because they love the entertainment. The Shinta and the various groups from Western New York. And it's really entertaining. You're getting something for your little donation. Exactly. Other than helping the people who are most deserving. So it's an event. It is. And it wouldn't be 63 years old, like no other event, of its type, if it wasn't so deserving and so well done, actually. You guys should be proud of the way this is conducted, because it really hits home. It touches people, and it just does so much for Western New York. It is, and it's a team event. It's a team, you're part of that team. Channel 2 is part of that team. Channel 7. It's all everybody working together to make that puzzle complete. Let's talk a little bit about the video that we saw at the beginning. How long did it take your daughter and her friend, Mr. Shane Lee?
Well, coincidentally enough, he's going in for his doctorate program at UGA, so some of it was done with just them communicating on the phone, but then they actually did all of it right in the basement of his house in a matter of about a week.
Amazing what can be done.
Yeah, it's a gift. And they did
such a good job at it too. I mean, I don't know any professional that would have done a better job.
Thank you. That's very kind of you to say.
Yeah. Well, we have just about a minute left. Is there anything you'd like to say to the people out there, just to Yes. Please call in. Watch the telethon Saturday, March 8th from 6 to 11, WGRZ Channel 2, and Sunday, March 9th on WBBZ from 10 a.m. till 8 p.m., Channel 5. Terrific. Very good. And WBBZ is proud to be part of this. This is a tradition. It's all about Western New York. It's all about helping people. The community comes together. That's what WBBZ is all about. And remember, love letters to your girlfriend. Make a donation and say what you want. Anyway, thank you for watching the big picture. Very important big picture this time. And thank you for watching WBBZ-TV. We really appreciate it. We're your local station, and we count on you to be part of our organization. The viewers are just more important than anything else. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time on The Big Picture.